the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. You look at this Baltimore defense against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
It's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
That's complete to his rookie second-round pick. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Stroud to throw it. They'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
So if you're going to play charades at home, make sure you grab him, because for a running back, he sure did a pretty good wide receiver impression there. Going to line up in the slot to the left side. And a lot of times, as we well know, running back routes aren't as crisp as wide receiver routes. But this one, more than adequate for that play.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Throwing now is Stroud. That one out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. There he goes, left side. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this. And now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game, to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special, because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
And the Texans first down.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That was Travis Jones working his way through and sticking him behind the line.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here we go. 19. That's it. Robbie.
Now Stroud. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Look at this Baltimore defense against the pass. Just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
And when you're getting ready to face the #1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Ravens will take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. Here's Jackson. Got his man. It's Thornton. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Jackson. And that's caught inside the 35. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, down at the 31.
And the Baltimore first down.
Now Jackson. Buying time to his left. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those are. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Christian Watson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
Fighting ahead at the 15. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. Second down coming up. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up.
Here we go.
Stroud looking to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back to the 24. That is the big fella, Nnamdi Madubuike, forcing his way in. He comes up with a sack.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Third down and 13. As Stroud now to throw. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. Christian Watson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Now a 2nd and 10.
11. All right.
Here's Stroud. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 76 yards. And the Ravens are able to widen their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Texans on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 17. Stroud. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
That's good for a Baltimore Raven.
Play action. It's Jackson. This will go to Henry out wide. And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Jarius Sneed up to make the play defensively. If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
On the out route, he's got Thornton. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 2 yards still to go. Third down now. Play action. Now Jackson. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. On fourth down, on is Tyler Luke for the Baltimore field goal. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows it a loop for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. Flush to his right. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the right. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. Charles, they are putting on a show right now. I mean, with that fumble return for the touchdown, you think about the size of this advantage. Heck, it's a 4-score game right now, and we're still in the first half.
And that has to be the highlight, Brandon, with how frequently we see fumbles return to the house. But if you are inclined to pick this as the game signature play so far, you do have no shortage of alternatives to select from. This has been nothing short of a clinic, and as noted, we still have a half a ball to play.
Brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice it.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, 75 yards. And the Texans get a bit closer. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. In one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this. Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right. And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. To throw is Jackson. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what?
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Dante Thornton, 75 yards. And the Ravens continue to pull away here in this first half. Luke now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. Pushes past him. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
11. 18. Okay. Look the hot.
Operating from the gun. Stroud. And all the way down to the 26. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Stroud. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Second and 10.
Oh, ready?
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
White zone, here we go. 18. Hey, uno.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Out for tonight. Hey, south. 18.
Stroud will look to throw once more. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Hey, uno more. 11.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Tony.
Final play of the half, Stroud. And this one is incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. 1 second, all that remains. Forced out to his left. The quick feet by Jackson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Ivy Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Completes this one to Thornton. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Here's 3rd and 9. Now it's Jackson. He dumps it off for Henry. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
That's good for a Baltimore Raven. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down at the 38-yard line.
Alpha, sit on. 180. 180. 180.
Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play. At that time, finally a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. Oh, first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Going out wide, finds Chubb. Only able to gain a couple there. And it'll be 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Stroud to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. There was no one around him, but he took his eye off it, and it falls incomplete.
And this is a situation where, as a head coach, you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And here's a big play that goes by the wayside.
This is intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Baltimore Ravens. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Jackson now. Dancing to his left. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
4 yards on the pickup.
Third and goal. Jackson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Here's Jackson to throw. Being chased out left. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Ravens take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Got his big tight end here. Big strides, look at him go. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans are able to at least get one score back. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
Texans 17.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
2 things to watch. First is strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
Buying time to his left. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
For a Baltimore Raven. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. Downfield and caught by Thornton. They'll take it into the end zone for the Ravens touchdown. Dante Thornton with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the fourth quarter. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
He'll let this go deep for Collins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Texans get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
Texans 24.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
The offense on third down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Will Anderson able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Ravens send their punter out now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Oh, 18. Outside. 19 Texas.
Now Stroud. Forced out to his left. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game. So every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes as a gain of 36 on third down.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And, that would get a right up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. Third down coming up. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On the quick.
Throwing now is Stroud. This goes out wide from Mixon.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
And Stroud now to throw.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
And they'll throw again. Here's Mills.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21.
Makes the score. Ravens 52. Texans 31.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The risk reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best
to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Baltimore, first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. That's complete yet again to Thornton.
But there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
2nd and 7 from the 20.
Now Jackson.
He'll complete this one to Watson.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 7 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. And he'll go down. Brought down the 20-yard line. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
That's going to be caught.
And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
19 yards. That's another Baltimore.
Here's Jackson. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown.
Dante Thornton,
A 1-yard touchdown reception.
and the Ravens are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. He's got it to Collins, complete. Now he's loose again. Nico Collins.
And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Just a formality now, but here's the extra point. So the PAT is good. They get the touchdown the point after, but of little consequence in the ending as this one's now over. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle.